Welcome back to part 2 of the SA Weekly Talk Show. It looks like Facebook interrupted our live feed, but if you're joining us on part 2 of this, we'll join the videos together at the end. But live today on Friday, we have basically set up all the parts that we need for a live estimate and landscape estimate inside Service Autopilot. So the next step that we are going to be doing is literally going in now and going into adding a lead. And we're going to put our tester in here. And I've got the lead in here. There's all the details you obviously would want to put in here, such as email, cell phone, details, commercial or residential, and under sales. How did they hear about us? Once we hit save, now we're going to go out and on our mobile, we're going to go up and pull up our on-site estimate form. I'm going to do this right on the computer here so you can see what that looks like. But now we're going to add in that property-specific data and create a specific design, build, or softscape estimate live in the system. So we're going to go in and hit A for auto assist, and we're going to create this. You only need to do this once. But under our systems here, I'm going to do our form, and I'm just going to call it our 000 install form. I'm going to search for the form, and we've got our classic forms, and it's going to be our hardscape form. See if we can find this here. Install form. All right. So what would happen now that this is in here, we would go to the A for auto assist if we're using a Chromebook or a computer, or in your mobile form, you can go in under forms, under leader client, and pull this up. But what we've got here is our on-site form. And this is the form that we had. So now we're walking around the property and literally, or maybe we're sketching it out in the office with a CAD diagram or whatever we're looking at. We're plugging in how many of these plants that we actually have. So I'm going to fictitiously throw the number of plants that we're going in here. No 5 gallons on this one. We're doing a couple more of these here. We're just capturing the data here. Then we're going in how many hours for the skid steer. So I'm going to say there's 2 hours for the skid, but it's going to capture the 3-hour minimum. And there's no hours, maybe 1 hour with the dingo, and additional man hours, going to be 3 additional prep hours. So we're capturing the production rate based information up top, dingo and skid steer hours, and the additional man hours. So I'm going to hit submit. Then we're going into the green or gray plus icon here for add an estimate. Once this loads, we're going to go in and grab a estimate template that we just built under job estimate templates. So this is going to save a lot of double entry and a lot of extra clicks. So this is how we go in here and do this. If you're just joining us here, you want to definitely check out part number 1 where we showed you how to build all this out pre-hand when Facebook had a little glitch. But what we've got is the estimate templates, and there it is, I believe. And that's it. So we've got our softscape with our skid steer, dingo, and man hours. So full transparency, this is live on Facebook. So the one thing I forgot to do, or guaranteed, is on the on-site estimate form that we just did, we forgot to auto-create on submit. So there's some form settings that I forgot to hit that is applicable that you want to see. So we want to be able to show it on the mobile for client. Auto-proof create on submit. We're going to update the lead in client. Save and close. Now, once we fill that out on the mobile or on the computer here, it will work. So I'm going to go back to tester and fill out that form, our property specific or site details. So I'm going to go to the A for auto assist or in the mobile. I am now driving into this here once it loads. And I'm going to plug in the number of plants. So I'm just going to fill this out fictitiously here. This would be based on your drawing, obviously. And skid steer hours, I'm going to say there's 2 and 1 hour in Dingo, and I've got 3 additional hours of prep and install here. So once I have this in, I hit submit. Now they're all going to save on the client or lead record, on this lead record. So once you refresh the browser, down under details here, you've got all of those custom fields right here. So you don't have to go to the edit tab and search for them anymore. This is our cheat sheet. So we go hit add an estimate, and we're going to select that install template and see how this data loads in, and then actually work an estimate and show you what it looks like. So we are going in and grabbing our install. This loads, and now that we've got the right form settings, all that property specific data is loaded in. So my 5 1 gallon, 4 2 gallons, 3 gallons, no 5 gallons. All that data is loaded in, plus my additional hour for the Dingo and the 2 hours, but really it's a 3 hour minimal on the skid steer and additional 3 man hours. So we've covered the labor and equipment and additional man hours based on a production rate based estimating system. So you're probably going to ask, well, what about the products, Mike? So under the gear icon products, we need to set these up. So I'm going to go in and add my products. Now, obviously, you're going to have the specific products that you're putting in. So you may have a boxwood gem, you may have a juniper, whatever those are. So I've just put in test products here so we can just see a proof of concept. But you obviously want to have that uploaded into Service Autopilot from your wholesaler and updated once a week, or once a year, I mean, as well. So you have current prices here. It doesn't look like I added a 7 gallon, but you get the idea. So what you're going to do in here is, let me pull up Service Autopilot in another tab here, just so you're aware of what's going on behind the product, so you can actually see what's going to be populating. So under the gear icon products, this is the you'd want this uploaded into SA, or if you're doing it manually, you need a name, you need an invoice description, you need a default rate. This is what you're charging, and it's costing you. So it's costing you $250. You're charging the consumer with markup $5 and an income and a COGS account. So that's what's going on behind the scenes here. So I'm just going down the line, and I've got 5 1 gallons. I have 4 2 gallons. I have a 3 gallon here of 6. I have no 5 gallons. Let's swap that out. We'll put 5 gallons and 0 7, because I don't have any 7s on here because I forgot to put them in. We got 5 of these, and we've got 10 gallons. We have 8. So what we've got each one of these is it's calculating based on the price. This is what we're charging, and this is what it's costing us, and this is the markup on it. So now what we're going to see is that the consumer will see 1810.43. We know it's going to take us 14.73 man hours, and our cost, labor, overhead, and products is $1,048. And we've got between labor, markup, and materials and equipment, we've got about a 42% profit margin on this job. So what we're going to do is the top icon here, landscape install, installation, front landscape beds around new walkway. So you would update this per client. You may do some additional things where you may want to include some pictures of the products, things like that. You can do that on the product level as well. But I'm going to hit apply here, and I'm going to hit save, and we're going to actually go out and email this out and show you what this looks like as a you draft a quote. And I'm going to preview this as well. You may not see this on the live video, but that's okay. We're going to go and hit email. This is our estimate email. This is going to come in here and give the quick clickable quote link. So once you have your estimate email, it's all set up. We've got a thing called the lead letter, the 5 or 6 main reasons why we're different. and some buttons to call and text the office here with some testimonials. So I'm gonna hit send, and I'll open up my email in a minute and pull that up here. And send. All right, while we're there, I want to show you some things on this lead record once this loads in here. So right now, there is some gear icons or options to confirm the product before we invoice, to invoice it, or create an installed product. We can default those as well, and we have the option of create installed product for warranty information. In addition, we have the ability to print on the estimate or the invoice each one of these products. I'm actually going to select these products here, save, and I'm going to reload this just to make sure we capture that. All right, now I'm going to jump into my email, and with any luck, Facebook Live here, we have a landscape install estimate that is going to make some sense and make some people happy how to build this out. All right, so this is the email that we've sent to myself as a future client. We've got that clickable link, and we've got the clickable buttons and our lead letter. So we're going to go in and click view my proposal, and fingers crossed we did this right. So we did. So we've got our landscape install. We can set the grid to show the actual information here of the description of the estimate. So obviously on the live video, I haven't really gone into that detail. And we didn't show the prices of plants, but we showed the quantity. Now you could also include pictures of each type of plant as well. But what we have is a subtotal, tax, and grand total. So by doing it this way, there's multiple ways of showing it. The ability here is to give the details of the job and the plant, but not give the price so that the consumer is not shopping at Lowe's or Home Depot for the cheapest plant. So you can still mark it up your 50 or 100% and have your Softscape install job like that. So one way of doing this is I can go into the gear icon here, and I'm going to go in and swap out this grid real quickly to show you what this can look like with a description here. So I'm going to take the estimates description and remove that, flip my quantity, save and close. Once I update that, I do need to go back to the document editor. So this is actually where those documents are living. Type, and I want to go to an estimate document. That's our hardscape editor that I just did. I'm going to hit edit. And when you update your grid or anything else on the master document, we need to delete the dynamic content or that price grid and reinsert it to make sure that comes in, because it's kind of a snapshot in time with SA. So I'm going to go in right here, delete it. That's where the price is being displayed. And now I've reinserted it, save. Close, yes. Now I'm going back to test tester, and I'm going to reload that document and show you what it can look like. So comments, questions, the live or recorded version, feel free to drop them in there. I know this is kind of cut in two parts now due to Facebook kind of having a little blip there, but no worries, we can roll with it here on a live video. So I'm going to go back to our view my proposal. This is the way I had it originally. Once I refresh that browser, there we have it. So we have our installation of front landscape beds around new walkway for $1,800. So the client can go scroll through, see invoice and general contract terms, clickable buttons. I'm a big fan of the videos. These actually do play live inside of the estimate. So that's another big play that I recommend putting in there. And we're going to scroll down. We're going to hit click to sign estimate, sign electronically. Your old John Hancock, type your name in and hit accept. This is going to trigger an automated email, and it's going to yell at me because I didn't click at it. And we're going to go to accept. And it's going to trigger that automated email to say, thanks, we've seen you accept the estimate, and it's going to notify us inside Service Autopilot via the bell icon and potentially an email if you're using automations. So once I go in here, we can see the status of this has been marked to 1. When I click into the estimate, I have signature information, time and date stamped with IP address, and under attachment, I have the exact estimate that they looked at here with the service, and at the bottom, I have the electronic signature for contractual obligations. So comments and questions, drop them on the live or recorded version. SA Weekly Talk Show, part 2 of part 1 of how to do landscape installation estimates production rate based as an expert. So make sure you check out version number 1 if you haven't seen that. But we will be coming back at you next Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern, 12 Central. SA Weekly Talk Show. Your host, Mike Callahan, interviewing industry experts or lifting the hood on all things service industry, lawn care, home cleaning, pest control, and many others. How to run certain processes as an expert in your business inside Service Autopilot and other things that are run outside of Service Autopilot. So we'll see you again back on the SA Weekly Talk Show next week, 1 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Central. Mike Callahan with SimpleGrowth. We will talk to you then.